Hello and welcome to the show. We are finally back. We've resolved all of our technical issues and look, we've got ourselves some new cars.
Very nice cars indeed. I love my Corvette. I mean, my Corvette's just wow.
A big thank you has to go out to Star Fury Alpha from the Fat Pig Design Group for these brilliant cars. We both really love them, so thank you very much for your efforts.
Big thank you there.
Now, we start tonight with a bit of an argument. It's really the classic debate over what's better, modified cars or classic cars. I said the modified cars were better because they weren't going to break down every 50 yards.
Whereas I, on the other hand, think that classic cars are so much better than modified cars because they don't have stupid exhaust on them that are the size of Sheffield.
There's only one way to solve this argument, and that is with a race. This is what I'd bought, the Tom's MRS. It's basically a very highly upgraded version of the Toyota MRS. And I'm fairly sure this can be anything that Daniel can bring.
Well, I'm not so sure. This is what I bought, the 1954 Jaguar D-Type. May not be as modern, but I tell you now, I think this will give the Toms a run for its money.
What's happened to your car? It's not moving. Is it actually going?
What? It is moving. It is moving. It's just got very high first gear.
Off the start line, the Toms really did pull out a big advantage.
Come on, Jaguar. I know I can catch you in the corners. Alex.
Well, but my car has massively upgraded suspension and brakes. It's not running on a 50-year-old or even probably older than that system. And through the corners, the Toms was certainly holding its own.
Come on, Jag. Come on, through the corners. You know you're faster. Come on.
Oh, whoops. No. That's... Still, the Toms is holding
Lost
in
a bit of time there, Alex.
Still going.
Oh, a little bit wide there. Oh, brakes. Wow, brakes. I'm not used to the old style brakes. Need to get used to them again.
And still, the cars battled on. There's still a bit of a gap between the Toms and the Jaguar.
Getting quite scared now. Very quick. No, oh, the back end's starting to kick.
One advantage that I did have is that I'm in a £20,000 car, whereas Daniel is driving a £3.5 million credit car.
Yeah, this is quite bottom clenching now. Back end still stepping out.
No.
I've got him. Yes, I've got you. Haha.
Ah, you gone wide.
The old.
Yes, look at that.
It's my drum brakes. They're not brilliant.
You see?
Come on, Jag.
Modified cars is the answer.
No, they're not.
And it wasn't long before the Toms had pulled out a considerable lead after that hair-raising moment. Still through the corners, this car is so good. And across the line goes the Toms. So there you go. That's the answer. The modified car is quicker than the Jag.
But the Jag's better, it just is.
Well, you know, that wasn't quite what happened, really, is it? You think the Jag was just a long way behind. But no.
Yeah, it was quite a way behind.
We have footage that suggests otherwise. Look, there's smoke. Look at the front. What have you done?
Okay, might have broken down.
You have just broken a £3.5 million credit car.
I know I have. That was a bad mistake. A very bad mistake.
Moving swiftly onwards from that, when we think of classic American cars, we think of the Dodge Charger or the Hemi Cuda. And they all had very, very big engines and went very, very quick in a straight line, but they never really knew what to do with a corner.
However, of late, America has still been producing muscle cars that have massive engines, but they've also been learning how to make them handle a little bit better.
I had chosen to bring the Rosian Q1, and while they might not be the biggest name in American car manufacturing, this is certainly not a car to be overlooked. At 100,000 credits, this car is aimed firmly into the Porsche 911 region. So, what can it do? 0 to 60 takes just 3 seconds. 3 seconds, that's the same as the Joss we had last week. On paper, it's certainly got 911 beating pace. In the corners though is where this car really comes alive. Bury the throttle, and like all good American muscle cars, you go sideways. Very sideways indeed. But it's so controllable with it. Still we're sideways. Still sideways. Still we're sideways. This car is so much fun to drive. There we go, back in a straight line now. Speaking of straight lines, the top speed of this car is 192 miles an hour, thanks to the 453 horsepower engine. The most remarkable thing of all though, is if you aren't a lunatic on the throttle and drive this car smoothly through the corners, it's so responsive and there is so much grip. How are you this good? How are you so mad yet so controllable? This car really isn't a 911 rival, it's a 911 killer. It really is that good to drive. I honestly can't think of any car at all out there that's more fun than this. Oh god, who's this?
This is what I bought, the Corvette ZR1. Now, while Alex's car has only got a measly 453 brake horsepower, mine's got an incredible 638, and as you can see, that's a lot of power, even by American muscle car standards. It's got a 6.2 litre V8 engine with 600 pounds-feet of torque, and it is quite a struggle in the corners, but it's not supposed to be a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. It's supposed to be an American muscle car, and it does that job very well. It's not poised in the corners, but for an American car, it's really good. The brakes are very sharp, the steering is sort of responsive, and when you bury the hatchet, whoa, it really does put a big smile on your face. And I tell you now, this car is so much better than Alex's. It's more power, and it's only 100,000 credits, the same as Alex's. And this is the bargain of the century. It can destroy most cars that are twice as much in a drag race, and still put the biggest smile on your face out of the lot. I've never driven a car that's this fun to drive for this little money. It's almost uncanny how cheap it is for the car. And I don't care what Alex says. This is the best car. End of. Oh god. What's he doing?
Well, since these cars do cost exactly the same, I propose a little race.
Alright then, you want a race? I'll give you a race.
You see, while the Corvette does have quite a lot more power and is a lot quicker in a straight line, the Rosin is far better through the corners, and I think over the course of the lap could well beat the Corvette.
Yeah, but on the straights, remember this Corvette, 640 horsepower, it's going to destroy your car, Alex. And
Look at you,
wow.
you're all over the place. There's no way you're going to keep ahead of this. Look, you're already behind me.
Yeah. God. Come on. This is fun but scary. Squirming on the braking.
So look at the poise and control of this Rosian. You wouldn't expect that.
That's not the fun of it.
It is. It's brilliant fun to drive. So much grip, so responsive.
Come on. Right. Aha. Look at that. Oh no, I don't dare break that though. Ugh.
Oh, okay, still is a little long.
Right. Now look at all my power. Haha. Whoa. Get
Still gotta
out
get
of the
it
way,
stopped.
man. Get out of the way.
You're still
Right.
behind me.
There's no way. There's no way you can hide from this. Yes, come on.
We'll go around the corners though. Look, it's sideways again.
No, it's not.
The health and safety people were getting rather concerned. Although we were having so much fun, we chose to completely ignore them and carry on racing.
Get out of the way, Alex. I'm coming through. Ugh.
You sideways!
Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Oh God! Wow!
You alright back there? You scare yourself a bit?
Just a bit. Ah! Oh no! I've stalled it. I've stalled it. Come on! Ugh.
You're not on the track anymore. Where are you?
I might have spun it a little bit.
Does that mean I win?
No.
Was my car further around the track than you?
Maybe. But that's not the point of the
That
test.
means I win. I didn't crash.
Doesn't matter.
I think it's probably a good time to leave it there before we have a bigger crash. So, in the course of one episode, you broke a 3.5 million credit Jag and you crashed a Corvette.
Maybe so, but I tell you now, I had a hell of a lot of fun doing it, and I still maintain my Corvette is better. It just is.
Now, there is only one way to resolve this argument, and that is for the Stig to drive a lap in both of our cars. However, we have run out of time, but the battle will be resumed in a later episode. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.
Bye bye.